38T Grille officially Sturmpanzer 38T, is a German self-propelled artillery piece of the howitzer class from World War II, lightweight in mass, based on the chassis of the Czechoslovak light tank Panzer 38T, armed with a 150 mm infantry gun Sig-33. It was created in 1942 based on the outdated light Panzer 38T, by the Prague firm BMM. The stimulus for the appearance of this self-propelled artillery was the Wehrmacht's need for mobile field artillery. Sturmpanzer 38T, officially, Geschutzwagen 38T, for S.IG.33/2, SF, or 15 cm S.IG.33/2 Panzer 38T, according to the departmental classifier of the Ministry of Armaments of Nazi Germany, the self-propelled unit was designated as SD KFC 138-1. Initially, it was planned to use a modified chassis of the light tank Panzer 38T, variant M for the chassis of the self-propelled artillery. However, it was not yet ready, and the first batch of 200 vehicles, including the prototype, was manufactured based on the Panzer 38T, with the engine compartment located at the rear. A fixed turret with a 150 mm heavy infantry gun S.IG.33 was mounted on the chassis. The production of this modification continued from February to June 1943. In October 1943, another 10 units were assembled on the same chassis. The chassis had a medium engine placement. The chassis with a mid-mounted engine was refined for several months, resulting in the prototype of the self-propelled artillery, SAU, variant M with a rear-mounted fighting compartment only appearing in November 1943, and serial production beginning in December. A total of 180 units, numbers ranging from, which was more convenient for servicing the guns and supplying ammunition from the ground, and continued until April 1945. In addition, from January to May 1944, 102 armored ammunition carriers and 4 chassis for them were produced, which were essentially the same SAUs without armament, with the gun embrasures in the cab closed off with armored plates. If necessary, on site, the hull consisted of steel T-shaped profiles to which armor plates were attached by welding and riveting. The armor plates were rolled and cemented, heterogeneous. The thickness of the armor plates in the front part of the hull reached 15 mm, the sides 15 mm, the rear 12 mm, and the bottom 10 mm. The sides of the conning tower were formed by slightly inward-tilted trapezoidal armor plates, and 2 more trapezoidal armor plates were mounted above the engine compartment. Infantry gun Sig.33/2 could be mounted on the ammunition carrier, transforming it into a full-fledged SAU. In the cargo area of the open-top turret, there was a 2-leaf armored door. The crew of the self-propelled gun, consisting of 4 members, received circular protection against small arms fire, shrapnel from shells, and mines. In bad weather, the turret was covered with a tarpaulin, which was secured to the metal arches and the sides of the turret. Just like on tank destroyers, the barrel of the self-propelled gun was secured in the traveling position by an H-shaped support lock, while the breech was held by a clamp. The weight of the self-propelled gun did not exceed 10,800 kilograms, a figure comparable to that of a tank destroyer. The mobility of the installation was satisfactory. The tank was equipped with a Prague ERA engine, a 6-cylinder, carbureted, inline, liquid-cooled engine with a power output of 125 horsepower at 2,200 RPM. The tank was fitted with a 6-speed planetary gearbox, 5 speeds forward and 1 reverse, and a multi-disc main dry friction clutch. For the first time, Grille were involved in battles at the Kursk Bulge in the summer of 1943. Alongside their use as self-propelled howitzers for firing from concealed positions, Sturmpanzer 38T were frequently used for direct fire support of infantry. Despite its high firepower, overall the vehicle proved to be quite unsuccessful. The light and short chassis was not optimal for mounting such a heavy artillery system with a significant recoil. When firing at low angles of elevation, the self-propelled gun would jump back after each shot, which is where the nickname Cricket came from. The carried ammunition load was small, which is why a specialized ammunition transporter was needed, and its reliability left much to be desired, a consequence of the strong recoil when firing. However, in the absence of any alternatives, the Grille remained in serial production until September 1944. Subsequently, there was an attempt to mount the S.IG.33 on the chassis of the light tank destroyer Jagdpanzer 38T howitzer, but according to historian Thomas Jentz, there is no documentary evidence of this model being produced in series. The Grille self-propelled guns fought until the end of the war.